Aha! Hello, everybody. Welcome. Nice to see you. Welcome to today's live lesson. And it's all about holidays. The topic of holidays. It's the summer season. Lots of you will be going away on holiday, I'm sure. But it's also a common topic for IELTS speaking. So today we're going to look at, well, some vocabulary, some idioms, listening exercise, and some model answers for this topic of holidays. To get going, let's begin with a little bit of this.
Go get your tea, go get your coffee. It's time to join the Keep Speaking Academy. It's time for a live lesson. Fun games and idioms. Go get your tea, go get your coffee. It's time to join the Keep Speaking Academy. It's time for a live lesson. Fun games and idioms.
I hope you've got your tea. I hope you've got your coffee. Welcome, everybody. Very, very nice to see all of you here. If you don't know me, my name is Keith. I'm here on, well, English Speaking Success if you're on YouTube. You may be on Facebook watching me, Keith Speaking Academy. And of course, I've got the website, keithspeakingacademy.com, which, if you're not familiar with, is a way to help you prepare for IELTS speaking and improve your English speaking skills. Take a look. This is the website. There's lots of information here about IELTS speaking, about the format, the different parts of the exam. You can also get some, well, the live lessons like the one here. So today's live lesson, this is last month. I do live lessons once a month. You'll be able to download the PDF here for the next one. That'll be later today. But if you're interested in other topics, they're all free, different lessons on lots of different topics. You can get everything there and download it all there. And if you're interested in online courses, if you want to study further with me, there are different online courses here that you can find, mainly about speaking, although Fiona, my friend here, has one on reading, and Eli has one on IELTS writing. There's a free course there if you just want to find out about the kind of work that I do. Lots of information there. It's all there on the website for you to enjoy and, well, improve your spoken English. That's the goal, right? So nice to see all of you here. Let's have a quick look. Who's here? We've got Isioma, Anita, Nazca from Nigeria. Nice to see you. Tina says, nice music. Yeah, I hope so. This is Nabadarshi from Bangladesh. Lovely to see you. Don Andres as well. Nice to see you. We've got all the way, Julia, lovely to see you again here from Myanmar. Great to see you here. Baram, interesting music, right? Interesting. It's AI created music. All the way from Indonesia, we've got Radan Subarta. Lovely to see you. Heba Sami, nice to see you. Have a nice Thursday as well. Lovely to see you here as well. And Zadika, lovely to see you. Brian the Brick is here. Lovely, all the way from where? I forget, because there's too many people here. Emmanuel Odi, nice to see you here all as well. Bella, we don't have many people from Venezuela, so it's lovely to see you. Bienvenido or bienvenida, whichever one. Great. So today's topic, as I mentioned, what is today's topic? Well, before I go into that, just let me share with you a picture. I was given a couple of pictures recently. This is from a student who is an amazing student in Iran. It's Layla, and she's also an artist and a writer. And she sent me some pictures, and I just wanted to share briefly because they blew me away. They are so impressive, right? I mean, look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Really nice pictures that she's done. Even the shirt, right? It's the same color. Layla, thank you so much. This was another one. The colors are just so vibrant and interesting. So she's writing a book. She's making these beautiful paintings. They're really, really nice. Thank you so much for sharing those, Layla. They're great. I also wanted to share a message I got from Sergio, who recently wrote to me just just to inform you, I got the scores I need for my MA in the UK. The course was really helpful in achieving my goals. Sergio, and he got his 7 in speaking, which is great. These are the kind of messages that make me get up in the morning. It's the reason for my work, right? I mean, it makes me so happy to see students being able to make that progress and reach their goals. I mean, studying an MA in the UK is fantastic. So thank you for sharing, Sergio. It's also very motivating for me. So thank you for that. So those of you who are maybe new, let me just explain what we're going to do today, because today's topic, as I mentioned, is this one, is holidays. You can see I'm getting ready for my holiday, almost. And we're going to look at different aspects. The lesson today normally lasts about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. So you probably need to get your tea or get your coffee, have something to stay hydrated as we go along. This lesson will be recorded and you can get it on YouTube, also on Facebook later. It will always be there, so you can come back and watch it again and again. There'll also be a PDF that you can get from my website for that, right, on the free live lesson tab. So let me go through today's lesson, what we're going to do and what's going to happen, just so you can see. This might be me getting ready for my holidays. I don't know where we're going yet or what we're doing, but holidays is the topic. We're going to look at vocabulary. I'm going to focus on kind of key words, maybe 6 or 7 key words, and how to use them for this topic. And we'll see them in action today. We'll be looking at idioms as well, a bit like this one. I wonder what that is. We'll find out. But I'll be presenting the vocabulary and the idioms through a story today, and the story will continue through. We'll be doing a listening bingo, where we listen to some of the story and practice our listening skills. The listening bingo is just a fun way of doing a listening activity, rather than the kind of stressful listening you do in IELTS. This is a more fun, relaxed way, as our friend down here shows us all the way from South Park. Bingo. I'm sorry, but we have some dad jokes. Terrible jokes, I know. Very, very corny. And you'll be left thinking, is that a joke? But a couple of jokes today, just to spice things up for you. Model answer. I'll be looking at one model answer on the topic of holidays. So for those of you preparing IELTS in particular, that hopefully will be useful for you. And then we finish up with Kahoot. Kahoot is the last activity we'll be doing. It's a review of all the language that we've seen. So it may take 1.5 to 2 hours, but there'll be lots of fun and games as we go through. Okay, so that is the plan for today. Excellent. Hello from Malaysia. Hello. Hi, nice to see you. Lovely to see you here. Thank you for joining. Charlotte, you've got some awesome pictures. You know, I'm really leveraging, you know, to leverage something. To leverage is to use or make use of. I'm leveraging AI. It's a nice expression. I'm leveraging AI to make these photos and to make some music as well. Not all the music, but some of the jingles, the short bits of music are done with AI. Great. Talking of holidays, Danuta tells us that she's on holiday. She lives in a small, remote town among friendly people and enjoy it. Believe me, studying Georgian is more difficult than studying English. For me, I'm sure it is. Yes. Layla, it's a great honor to see you. Lovely to see you here. This is the Layla I showed you the photos of. Lovely. Thank you. Lovely to see you, Layla. Maddie from Uzbekistan, lovely to see you here. And Maria, is it Maria? I'm not sure if it is pronounced like that, but lovely to see you. And from Japan, all over the world. Great. Nice to see everybody here. Guys, welcome to the course. Welcome to the lesson. Let's begin with a bit of a warm-up activity. Okay, So let's have a look here. This is the start of the story, right? The story going through today's lesson is called The Holiday, and this is part 1. Let me read to you. Emma and John were tired. They were both extremely busy at work, up to their blank in new projects. So they decided to take a city blank for a weekend. Where would they go? They decided to visit Vienna for a long weekend. So the warm-up, guys, is I want you to write in the chat, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, just put in the chat what you think the missing words are. Just put number 1, the word, number 2, the word. There may be different answers, okay? Okay, let's do it. I'll give you just a few seconds to do that. Hello, Jane. Interesting. Segolene, nice to see you. To their work. Interesting. Okay, some very, very interesting ideas there. Very, very nice. Let me just change that. Okay, so lots of people said they were both extremely busy up to their ears. Now that is perfect. Great. Up to their ears in projects or in work. Up to their ears. Up to their work? No. Up to their ears in work. Up to their neck is the other one that came up. I'm up to my neck. They were both up to their ears, up to their neck in new projects. Both of those are fine. I don't think we had any others or any others that are correct. I can't think of anything else. Up to their neck. Up to their eyeballs, you could have. They were up to their eyeballs in new projects. You could have that, yes, I think. Up to my eyeballs. Basically, right, it's the idea that the work is getting higher and higher and higher. There's so much work. You're up to your neck. You can only just breathe, stay above water. And as the work gets higher, up to your ears or up to your eyeballs, get my eyes right. So up to your neck, ears or eyeballs, we say all of those. The idea that the work, that you're drowning in work, right? Almost like you're drowning in water. There's too much of it. For the second one, number 2, over here, they decided to take a city. So I think the best answer here is break. A city break is the most common collocation, we would say. It's a city break. Some people said trip. Take a city trip for a weekend. Take a city trip. Take a trip, yes. So you would say take a trip for sure. Take a city trip? Possibly. It's not very common. Like take a beach trip. Yeah, let's go on a beach trip. Let's go on a city trip. I'm going to put it possibly, but it's not very common. I think here definitely the best one is take a city break. Take a city. What else did other people put in? Anything else? Sightseeing. No, you can go sightseeing, right? So you can go sightseeing, but you don't take sightseeing. Take a city sightseeing. No. City break. A tour. Take a city tour. Okay, a few of you said tour. Yes. Take a city tour. Yes. City, no. Take a city break. Take a city tour. Take a city trip, I think was the other one, possibly. Tour, yes. Tour is better. And so let me change the order because I prefer tour. Tour is good. Take a city tour. Take a city trip. Take a city break. Anything else that came up? A travel, city travel, no. So to travel is a verb, right? Travel is not a noun or an adjective. So you can't take a city travel because it's not a noun. It's a verb. In the same way, so a trip is a noun. Sightseeing here is a verb. And to travel is a verb. So it doesn't work in this one here. Tour, yes. Journey, take a city journey. Not really, not a city journey. A city, you can take a journey, but not a city journey, right? Take a journey, yes, as a verb. But you wouldn't say a city journey. Take a journey to Vienna, yes. So that's okay. Let's take a journey. Let's go on a journey. Let's take a journey. Let's go on a journey. Go on a journey to Vienna. Take a trip to Vienna. All of those are okay. Go sightseeing in Vienna. To travel to Vienna. So these are other ways of how you would say the same idea. But just notice up here, we're talking about take a city break. Take a city tour, you could have. Vacation, says Gloria. Take a city vacation. Take a city holiday. City vacation, possibly. Again, we would take a vacation, but we wouldn't often say a city vacation. Take a city vacation. So let me put trip and vacation in brackets because they're not wrong, but they're not common. It's not what we normally say, okay? Great. Lovely. There we've got some nice ideas. We've got some nice vocabulary just to warm up for the holiday part 1. That is the beginning of the story. Good. Let's move on. Now, as we move on, I'm just going to have a quick look because we've looked there at collocations. Just a quick look again at collocations here, right? I just want to share these with you. So when we talk about a holiday, collocations with holiday, we might have have a look. You can probably guess a lot of these, right? As you look, a CA holiday, a SK holiday. So what you're looking at here, these, right? You might have a camping holiday, a skiing holiday, a summer holiday. You could have a winter holiday. Why not? A beach holiday, a package holiday. A package holiday is where everything is included. Oops, everything is included. Food, tours, drinks, travel. That's a package holiday. Some people really like package holidays. It's where you go to the travel agents. Do people still go to the travel agents? I guess so. I think a lot of people book online nowadays. But if you go to a travel agents, they often offer like a city break for the weekend, including your flight, your food, your hotel, a trip, a guided tour. That kind of package is a package tour, package holiday. Everything is included. It's a very common collocation. It's a very common holiday, very popular holiday. Lots of people like it. Why? Because it's super convenient. Everything is organized. You just turn up and enjoy and eat and drink. The downside is you have to follow a strict timetable every day, and there's no independence to do your own thing. But, you know, it's courses for horses. It's different people like different things. So package holiday, a cruise holiday, right? Some people like to go on a ship. Just in case you don't know, going on a ship. Some people love cruise holidays. Or an adventure holiday you could also have, right? And breaks. Well, actually, before we look at break, just let me take some of your questions here. Where are we? There was one up here. What's the meaning of... Okay, Nova, skiing. Let me show you. It's a good question. A few people have asked about skiing. It's a strange word because in English, skiing has a double I, right? But if we go into Google, you'll see straight away, this is skiing, right? Skiing on the snow. To ski, and the noun, skiing. I, double I. I know, strange spelling, but that's it. That's skiing. Good question. Backpack holiday. Romelia, lovely to see you as always. Yeah, backpack holiday you could have. So that's where you put a rucksack and you go backpacking, to go backpacking or to backpack. A backpacking holiday, a backpack holiday. We can add that one. Why not? A backpack. You can say, I would say, let's go backpacking. I think that's quite a nice an example, right, to see how you use it. Let's go backpacking. Lots of young people go backpacking. Albert, lovely, all-inclusive, an all-inclusive holiday. So that's the same as a package holiday, right? So that's, how can I put that? Because, okay, it's a or an, because some of these begin with a vowel, right? So an adventure holiday, an all-inclusive holiday. Lovely. Nice. Lovely. An all-inclusive holiday. Very, very nice. Camping. Yes, Cameron, camping holiday. A fitness holiday. I've never heard of a fitness holiday, but you know, I'm out of touch. I probably don't know. I'm guessing that's where you do a lot of sport, right? Recently, actually, my brother and his wife went on a cycling holiday. Oh, cycling holiday. Cycling from one village to another and stopping at different vineyards. This was in France, in Provence, in France. So a cycling holiday, whoops, maybe a fitness holiday, possibly. A walking holiday, yes. Cycling holiday, yes, definitely. Interesting ideas. Quick, I'll answer that question in a moment. I can see an interesting question. So skiing, we said we've got yes, skiing on snow. Overseas holiday, possibly, yes. Staycation is quite possible. Yeah, staycation is a kind of holiday where you stay at home, basically. Okay, great. Kristin, don't get caught. You're secretly watching the lesson. There's another question, but I've lost it. They've all gone too fast. Not to worry. A break we can talk about. Yeah, a city break, a countryside break. So a break is normally a short holiday. It's normally for 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 or 4 days. So A holiday is normally longer and a break is normally shorter. So a break is kind of, it means a break from work. So it's a break. Normally we think of that as shorter. So a city break, you go and visit a city. Countryside break, you go and stay in the countryside. Be careful, a city break is not that you take a break from the city and go to the countryside. It's that you visit another city. A countryside break, obviously you stay in a countryside. Fishing holiday, absolutely, yeah. A safari holiday, yes. Normally, yes, absolutely, yeah. Foreign holiday, yes. All of these, absolutely. Meditating holiday, I've never heard of it, but I'm sure it exists. As you say, baby songs. Honeymoon holiday. Alexander, the idea is right, but in English we wouldn't say holiday. We just say a honeymoon, right? Not honeymoon holiday, only a honeymoon. So we would say, you know, we're going on our honeymoon. I'll write this down. We are going on our honeymoon. So even happy couples just married can speak good English. We're going on our honeymoon without holiday, right? Excellent. Winter holiday we've got, yes. A beach break, yes, you could have a beach break. Yes, let me write that in. Let's go for a beach break. Again, the idea is that that is shorter than a holiday. To go on a city break or to take a city break. Yeah, let's go on a city break. Let's take a city break. I want to go on a city break. Nice. Yeah, all of those are good examples there. Excellent. Good. A coffee break. Yes, you're right, because that break is super short, right? Just for a few minutes. Exactly. Okay, there are lots of other collocations there I can see coming up. Absolutely brilliant. But we are going to move on. I'm going to do a quick poll. The holiday poll. Which do you prefer? I would like you, and I'm going to ask... actually, I think I can post this, but Burns, if you could post this in the Facebook group as well. I'm just going to post a link for you all, and I'd like you to put your vote in. I'm just going to set this up. I'm going to show you different holidays. There are all different holidays there, and I want you to... I'm just setting it up, excuse me. Forgive me for not paying attention. Let me just present this, and then it's up there. So you'll see, if you follow that link, you'll see you can put in order, ranking, the different kinds of holiday. I want to know which ones you prefer. What is the order for you? And as you put in that information, we will get it on the screen over here. So as you're updating it, the software will tell us the results. Have a look, go to the link and just put in for you what you would prefer, the kind of holiday you would prefer. Albert, a weekend break, yes. Natalia, a getaway, yes. Oh, a getaway, what is a getaway? A getaway is a... I'll come to that one in a moment. Natalia. Take a city break, yes, is right. Vacation and holiday, they're the same. Vacation is more American English. Holiday is a bit more British English. But nowadays we use both of those. Drinking holiday. Possibly, Alexander. Possibly. So it looks like adventure holiday. It seems to be the most popular at the moment. Beach holiday is coming in second place. And package holidays are popular. Hello from Dubai. So I come live at 10 o'clock Spain time. 10 a.m. Spain time. And I'm not sure right now what that is in Dubai, but 10 o'clock Spain time. Okay, very, very interesting. There we have it. Adventure holiday is tops. Beach holiday second. Package holiday third. Very, very interesting, right? I wonder what kind of adventure holidays you guys go on. Do you go paraventing, parachuting, safari? I wonder. Interesting. I know beach holidays are very popular here in Spain. Lots of people love to go to the beach. They head south or east and get to the beach. Nice. Okay. Let us move on because we've looked at collocations. I'm going to look now at specifically kind of 6 or 7 vocabulary words for this topic of holidays, and let's focus on that in particular. So just to kind of see where we are, we're talking about holidays. If you've just arrived, why are you late? Don't worry. We're talking about holidays. We're going to start talking here in particular about vocabulary for holidays, okay? So, bing, vocabulary, bing, holidays. Holiday, now I've chosen this word because it actually has 2 different meanings. Sometimes there's a confusion. A holiday is a time when you don't work, so you can travel or relax, right? Camping holiday, cycling holiday, a winter holiday, all of those are holidays. You don't work. I'm going on holiday next week. So to go on holiday, right? Notice the use to go on holiday. I'm going on holiday next week. We can also say I am taking a holiday next month. So to go on holiday or taking a holiday, both of those are fine. The other meaning of holiday is an official day off work, usually for national celebrations, for national or religious, sometimes celebrations. And this is normally when we talk about a holiday, one day, right? Not always one day, but often. So July the 4th, today is a holiday, right? In the United States, July the 4th is the Day of Independence. It's a holiday. It's a national holiday. It doesn't mean people go camping and cycling and safari. It's a holiday. It's a day off work. The point is it's an official time off work. Official being the important word here, right? It's an official day off work. Holidays, you choose up here. But holiday here is an official day off work. Now, yes, it's true. It's not always one day. We can talk about the Christmas holidays. You might talk about Ramadan holidays. Holi is a one-day holiday. Easter is like a 3-day holiday. So, but those are official holidays organized by the government, if you like. Okay, so there are 2 different meanings to holiday, basically. In the UK, we often talk about a bank holiday because this kind of holiday, number 2, let me just put number 1 just to make it a bit clearer. The kind of official holidays are what? Kind of official holidays are normally one day. In England, they're normally on a Monday. I don't know why. But Mondays are often bank holidays. So we have bank holiday Mondays. I'm not sure why it's called a bank holiday. Probably something to do with the banks, obviously, but I don't know why. We often call it a public holiday or a religious holiday. We can say Christmas is my favourite holiday. Next Monday is a bank holiday. We're going to the beach for the day. Next Monday is a bank holiday. I'm pretty sure this is only in the UK that we have bank holidays. I don't think they say that in the United States or Canada. And I'm not sure about Australia. Maybe those of you in Australia can let me know, or New Zealand for that matter. Okay. So, different meanings, slightly different meanings. Wesak holiday as well. There's Nora's holiday as well. Yes, exactly. There are different kinds of holidays. Each country has their own kind. Charlotte, good question. Can holiday be a verb? Yes, it can. To holiday, we do also say, it's rarely used, but it does exist as a verb, but we don't use it very much, to be honest. It's not easy to use, so I would tend to avoid it. I've no idea why the bank holidays on Monday. I really don't know, but they always are. Synonyms for a holiday, we can talk about a vacation. So as I mentioned, this tends to be a bit more, it tends to be a bit more in the USA that they say that. But to be honest, nowadays, even in Britain, we say a vacation. A break, a getaway, an excursion, a trip. These are a bit shorter. So as I mentioned, a vacation and a holiday is longer. A break, a getaway, the idea that you get away from work. An excursion is a trip. These normally are shorter, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days. And the shortest, a day trip, a day out. These are just 1-day holidays. So these are synonyms, not exact synonyms, but similar meaning, right? Okay, good. There's the getaway. I know somebody was asking about getaways earlier. Next word, destination. Very important word, destination. It's not an easy word, right? Destination. We have a kind of a soft stress on the DE. So when you see this, it's a soft stress. And then when you have the top one, it's a hard stress. So we stress nation, but there's a soft stress on destination. Can you say that? Destination. It kind of floats, right? Destination. Nation. Destination. Can you say it? Collocations. A popular destination. A holiday destination. Great. Good. Nice. Spain is a popular destination for holidaymakers. Holidaymaker is somebody going on holiday, right? So Italy is our holiday destination this year. It's not true, but it's an example. Okay. Glad Liuba, nice to hear you. Liuba, that's great. Very pleased to hear that. I'm happy that you're sharing this with your students as well. On holidays or on holiday? On holiday. To go on holiday. Yeah. Is Christmas religious holiday? Yes, it is. Celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ. Yes. Excellent. Good. Tourist. Yeah, Mohab, this is a good one. Tourist destination. Let me just help you a little bit. So rather than tourist destination, tourists, we would put it in the singular. So the adjective tourist as an adjective, a tourist destination. Yeah, tourist destination. Nice, very, very nice. Great. There are synonyms for not for destination, but for holidaymaker. So, people on holiday. So, for talking about people on holiday, holiday maker, 2 words. Sorry. Sightseer. Sightseer. It's a strange word, isn't it? And strange spelling. It comes from this, right? To see the sights. So the sights are the interesting touristic places. A site like, I don't know, like a museum or a statue, the Eiffel Tower, maybe a monument. So these are the different sights. So when you see the sights, you're a sightseer. Not an easy word. Sightseer. The stress on the sight. Sightseer. Sightseer. I'm a sightseer. I like to be a sightseer. I like to be a sightseer. Good. When you're practicing, really feel the rhythm and the stress. It's music, right? I like to be a sightseer. Dee, 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 dee. I like to be a sightseer. There's just this flow, right? It's a bit like, I don't know, dancing. In a way. In a strange way. Okay. We can also say a tourist, a traveller, and a visitor. All of those can be used. Slight differences in meaning, but all more or less the same. I should just make this clear that we're talking about people as a noun, right? Just let me make that clearer. Holidaymaker, I think, is the most popular, and tourist is the most popular. Traveller and visitor are used less, but yeah, definitely can be used. Now, this is an interesting word, Mohammed, and I'm glad you've brought this up. A nomad, similar word to that. A nomad is like a traveller, yeah. I think the only difference is that a nomad, a traveller, it can sound a bit like a profession, like a professional traveller, somebody who travels for long periods of time. And similar for a nomad, we have that idea of somebody who is moving for long periods of time, for months or years. They move and they stay in different places. We often use it idiomatically as well. Nowadays, we talk about digital nomads. So young people, hey, even me could be an older person. If my life is digital, my job is digital, I work online. A lot of young people working online live in different places for maybe 3 months, 6 months, and they travel, right? They're a nomad, a digital nomad. That's a common expression, right? As Corinne says, yeah, it's a nomad, it's a person moving often. It goes back, it's a very old term. It goes back to the tribes who would move from village to village. They were nomadic, right? Nomadic people, nomadic tribes. But we still use the word today, a nomad. But it's that idea of traveling for a long period of time. So if you're going to London for a weekend, you're not a nomad. You could be a traveller. But again, a traveller, I would think, is a person who often travels. So if you go to London for a weekend once a year, it's not a traveller. A traveller often travels. Good. I like the word nomad. That is coming up later in the lesson. So keep your eyes open. Great question, Mohammed. Ismail, thank you for that. Okay, let me move on. Shall I put a digital nomad? I'll just add that because somebody has asked a digital nomad. Sorry, it's a long explanation, but there you go. A digital nomad, for me, it's a person working online and moving or living in different places for periods of time. Next one, accommodation. We've got two words actually. Accommodation, stress on the dation. Accommodation. Notice it's a, a. So it's not accomo, it's a comma. A comma. Do you know, like when you're writing, you have a comma, right? Comma, a comma. Accommodation. So just say accommodation. Accommodation. Comfortable accommodation. Cheap accommodation. Nice. Excellent. Good. Accommodation, meaning, of course, it's a place where someone may live or stay. So accommodation can be where you live. Your house or your flat is accommodation. But it's also a hotel where you're staying for a few days. It's interesting. In English, we don't say to live in a hotel. It's very strange to live in a hotel. In some languages, it translates like, I'm living in a hotel. No, you're not. You're staying in a hotel. The only people who live in a hotel are probably the owner and possibly the staff. But you don't live in a hotel. You stay in a hotel, but you live in your house. But accommodation is all of those, right? For example, we need to book the accommodation. I can't find any cheap accommodation. Great. This word is a strange word, itinerary. 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 Stress on the T. Itinerary. Itinerary. Can I do it the other way? Itinerary. Itinerary. Very often, actually, British people say itinerary. It should be itinerary, but we say itinerary. Itinerary. And that is your planned route or journey day by day. Do you know, often you'll knock over your microphone. Often you'll write, Monday, visit London. Tuesday, visit Manchester. Wednesday, visit Nottingham, right? This is a holiday around England. That is your itinerary. It's what you're going to do each day. It's a planned route or journey. It can include destination, time, activity. It could just be a map, but it could be more complicated. We talk about a travel itinerary. Try and say this. Itinerary. A travel itinerary. A daily itinerary. Not bad. Have you made a travel itinerary? Have you made a daily itinerary for your holiday? Some people do, some people don't. Brian, I'm living at a friend's house. Can I call it my accommodation? I think if it's temporary, it's a bit unusual. It's a bit strange. I think it's more, you could, yeah, but I think you could. It depends on the context, I think, how long you're staying there. Ali, talking about your holidays, I've planned to go on an adventure holiday like safari to explore every nook and cranny. Very nice. Great. Excellent. Good. What else have we got? Is an air ticket as itinerary? No. So the itinerary is normally the list of planned route or journey. So list of destinations, times, activities, God, help. Thank you. Yeah, so it's not one thing like a ticket. It's more a list or a plan, right? It's the plan rather, yeah. Okay, good. Good question. Thank you so much for that. Yan Yibo, ni hao. Nice to see you here. Good. Excellent. Freelancer, very nice video. Really awesome. Thank you very much. Very nice. And here, Health Riddle says, we prepare a tunnel itinerary for work schedule. Interesting. I need some more context. Itinerary like a schedule? Yes. Yep. If you like. Good. Yep. It's a plan. It's a schedule. Yep. Yes. My exam is coming tomorrow. How advice can you give me to prepare? Watch this lesson and then go to bed. Just relax. Just listen and read to lots of English. Don't study. Not the day before the exam. It's not worth it. Just surround yourself with English. Listen, read, but relax. It's a big day tomorrow. Relax and believe in yourself. I'm sure you'll do great, my friend. Okay. Excellent. Good. Just a bit more vocabulary just to add in. I'm going to add in budget, which is my final word, right? Now, budget has different forms. Budget can be a noun and it's countable and it's a financial plan, basically. A financial plan. A budget. Budget. Watch my mouth. Budget. Jit. Jit. Budget. A budget. Make a budget. Stick to a budget. Or follow the budget. The budget is, in England, it's the financial plan of the president or the treasury. We call the budget. But you can have a personal budget. A personal budget. So you'll have a budget maybe for the money that you earn and how you spend it. A holiday budget, how much money you're going to spend on your holiday. Okay, a budget. For example, we need to draw up a budget. Nice. To draw up means to make. To draw up a budget. Let's stick to the budget, meaning follow. It's not within our budget, meaning it's too expensive. Let me just make that clear. So to draw up a budget, to make. To stick to the budget, to follow. It's not within our budget. It's too expensive, right? Look at that, autocomplete. Love it. Makes my life easier. Notice budget is also a verb. To budget. Same stress. To budget. And this is to plan how much you will spend. We often say, I haven't budgeted for something. I haven't budgeted for food. Or, you may say, well, you need to budget for, well, if you go on holiday to England, better example. So lots of students, not true, some students ask me for advice about going to study in the UK. And I say, well, blah, 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 blah. And remember, you must budget for accommodation for a year, budget for rent, budget for food, budget for going out, and of course, you need to pay the fees. Because some students just look at the fees and they forget to budget for accommodation, to a budget for food, to budget for going out. So you need to budget for all of those things, to budget for something. Also, it hasn't finished. Budget can be an adjective. We can say something that's very cheap, a budget hotel, a budget flight, a budget hostel, a budget camping site, right? It can be an adjective, meaning very, very cheap. So budget, very flexible word. Canaletto, thank you so much. Eva, welcome back from your holiday. Eva is one of my students on the Gold course who was sharing her photos in Scotland. She went on holiday in Scotland. You are so lucky. We had to stick to our budget in Scotland, so we were eating out only twice. You mean twice a day or the whole holiday? Great. Yes, similar thing. Similar. Not exactly the same, but similar. Does budget as an adjective have the same meaning as budget friendly? Yes, it does. Exactly. Because budget friendly means it's good for your budget, so it's cheap or good value. So yes, it's the same meaning, Lin Chu. Great question. Yes. Kevin says, I need to budget for my overseas education. Yes. Sheldon, can we use plan to replace itinerary? Yes, you can. Itinerary is a more advanced word, but you could say plan. Absolutely. Yes. Cost effective. Fantastic word, right? Nice. I think that's really, really good. So budget, we say is very cheap. We could say it's cost effective. Actually, let me change this because I think budget's not very cheap, because very cheap sounds like low quality, right? It's not always true. Just let's say cheap. Budget is cheap, cost effective. Yeah, nice. Ma, thank you so much. Great. I love all the contributions. It's like it's our class, right? We're creating it together rather than my class. Love it. Okay, I think that is enough vocabulary. What a lot of vocabulary, right? We've been looking here at lots of different vocabulary, lots of different words there, full of your ideas and contributions. Let's move on to our next topic. What's coming up next? Next, it's this.
I want some idioms. I want them now.
I want some idioms. I wonder, what is that? Well, in a few moments, you're going to find out, right? We're going to look at this in a bit more detail. Let me bring up my thing over here. We're going to look at idioms next. Here we go.
I want some idioms. I want them now. I want some idioms, but I don't know how to learn them, how to remember them. All I know, I really think so, is that I want some idioms now. How to learn them, how to remember them. All I know, and I really think so, is that I want some idioms now. How to learn them.
How to learn them. Idioms. I mean, idioms are useful. They're important. I would say idioms probably, if you're a more advanced student, like a band 7, 7.5 or C1, you can focus much more on idioms. If you're intermediate, don't worry too much about idioms. Learn some, but I think they're more kind of the higher level students, but they just make English so colourful and so interesting. And they really do help you understand native speakers, because native speakers, we use idioms. We do use them a lot. So what we're going to do, I want you, if you can, to guess these idioms. So we're talking about holidays, right? Of course, idioms to do with holidays. So let me show you the first idiom. It's a picture, and let's see if you can guess this one. Let me bring it in over here. And here we go. Where are we? Here it is. I realize that's a good idiom for this topic. Obviously not this one, but good. Nice. Daisy, thank you. Again, these are nice idioms for the topic. Travel light, itchy feet. Nice. Mainly speaking. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so this one actually was in the middle of nowhere, right? You're in the middle of nowhere, as you can see there. In the middle of nowhere. That comes from, let me show you. So in the middle of nowhere just means a place that is very remote and isolated. We found a great cabin in the middle of nowhere. A cabin, just in case you don't know, I'm sure a lot of you will know this, but a cabin, well, looks a bit like this. Normally made of wood, normally next to the lake or in the forest, usually in the middle of nowhere, right? In the middle of nowhere. Nice. Okay. We found a great cabin in the middle of nowhere, or we went walking in the middle of nowhere. Now, some of you said out of nowhere. So, out of nowhere just means suddenly. Something appeared out of nowhere. I had an idea out of nowhere, right? I suddenly had an idea. So not really related to traveling and holidays, but, and this one, right, left and center, means everywhere. There were tourists right, left and center. So it's a good idiomatic expression, meaning everywhere. There were beaches. In Santander, where I live, there are beaches left, right and center. Right, left, and left, right, and center. Right, left, and center. Left, right, and center. I would say. Is it left, right, and center, or right, left, and center? Left, right, and center. Now you've got me thinking. Left, right, and center. Right, left, and center. I guess you could say both. Maybe. Yes. Okay. So those are different idioms. Also, there's some others. Parisa said hit the road, means to start a journey. It's also a very, very good idiom we can use to start a journey. Let's hit the road. Let's begin our journey. Okay, so that's number one. Let me switch you to number two, idiom number two. So that's number one. Can you guess this one? Yeah, Natalia, out in the middle of nowhere, yes, you can also use. This one I'm going to do quickly because it was quite easy. Yes. So it's a bit of a trick because the picture, right, is live and then it going up. But the pronunciation is to live it up, right? To live. It's the verb, not live, but to live it up. And you can connect, live it up, live it up. Meaning to enjoy life in a lively, extravagant, or luxurious way. So when you go to a restaurant, if you choose an expensive restaurant with beautiful food, nice decor, we're living it up, or we're going to live it up. Often we use the expression when you have a choice of something cheap or something expensive, luxurious. Shall we go on a camping holiday or stay in a 5-star hotel? Let's live it up. Let's go in the 5-star hotel. So to live a luxurious lifestyle, right? To spend a lot of money, to live it up. Live it is your life. Up, right, is good. So to live a good life. The idea of spending money. Luxurious. Luxury. Extravagant. Live it up. Let's live it up. For example, they wanted to live it up on their holiday, so they stayed at a 5-star resort. Resort is like a hotel with other amenities. Yes, very, very nice. Luxurious. Travel in style. Yes. So, Irina, you may say, let's travel in style. Let's go by business class. Let's live it up. It has that similar context, right? Let's live it up. Excellent. Live it up. It's like saying, I'm living my best life. Yes, but particularly when you're spending money and you're living in an extravagant way. So extravagant just means you're spending a lot of money, maybe too much money, right? Extravagant. You can't see that, can you? Okay. Excellent. Good. Let's move on to number what? Number 3. Let's have a look. Here we go. This one's a bit more challenging. Let's see what you come up with. Five-star as an adjective without the S. 5-star resort. Same one, yes. 5-star. Oh, you guys. Good, you've got it. Excellent. Joy, well done. And a lot of others there. Absolutely brilliant. Yes, to throw caution to the wind. So he's throwing caution to the wind. Caution is being careful. And here's being careful. And if you are careful, you keep that. If you're not careful, you throw your caution to the wind. You're not careful, basically. It means to be not careful. So to throw caution to the wind, to take a risk without considering the consequences. To make it easier, not be careful, basically, right? To not be careful. To throw caution to the wind. So your caution, you're being careful, vroom, throw it away. We don't care. Take a risk. Here we could say, I was busy at work, but we threw caution to the wind and booked a last-minute holiday package. It just means, I didn't think about my work, about the deadlines. I'm not careful about that. Forget about that. Let's just go and have a good time. Let's live it up and throw caution to the wind. Okay? Throw caution to the wind. It's actually the opposite. So Chinelo, Moti, this is very, very good. You say be careful with spending. So throw caution to the wind is to not be careful with spending. It's actually it's the very, very opposite, right? To not be careful with spending, to throw caution to the wind. Because here, well, it's not only not spending, it's not being careful with any consequences. The consequences here is that I'm too busy. I can't take a holiday. You could also have it talking about money as well. We don't have a lot of money, but we decided to throw caution to the wind. And book a holiday. So we don't care about the consequences that we have no money. We just throw caution to the wind. Excellent. Very, very nice. Good. We've got one more. Here we go. Number 4 is this one. It's an interesting one, number 4. Let's see what you get. Very interesting. So there are a lot of good ideas there, many of them correct. Let me share the one I was thinking of and then some of the ones you said. So it's to get off the beaten track. Or get off the beaten track. We can actually say both. To get off the beaten track, to go off the beaten track. The beaten path as well. So yeah, track or path, as you'll see. To get off the beaten track, to go off the beaten track or path. It means to visit a place that is not well known or frequently visited. For example, we prefer destinations that are off the beaten path to avoid crowds. Oh, yeah. So, excuse me, one moment. Jingle time. Jingle.
Badab sheeby dooby 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 bum bum bum.
Keep hydrated. We prefer destinations that are off the beaten path to avoid crowds. I think a lot of people like to go off the beaten path because it's quieter. There are fewer tourists, fewer holidaymakers, and you can get away from the crowds. Other expressions, actually, some of you said to hit the road. Yeah, because if you look at this, it could be when you're working, you go off track, you start something different. So all of those are good idioms, right, which exist as well. I'm not going to stay on them. I'm going to move on just because of time. What does splurge mean? To splurge means to spend a lot of money. Yeah. So to hit the road, it's Natalia. You can hit the road, means to start the journey. Joy said go off track, means to get distracted. And to hit the road running means to start something and you're well prepared for it. So all of those are great, really, really good idioms. But no, and I'm going to move on to our next activity just because I've noticed the time. Right, what's next? Well, let's find out. What's next after idioms? Listening bingo.
Open your ears, open your mind. It's time for a listening exercise. Maybe a dictation, but without intimidation. Maybe a listening bingo that can open a new window to discover your new listening skills. So listen with me.
So listen with me. Bingo. Let's show you how to do bingo. Okay, next. We're going to carry on with the story. Do you remember we started the holiday story with Emma and John? We're going to carry on with that and do this as a listening activity. It's about planning a holiday. So I want you to listen to part 2 of the story, The Holiday, and tick the box when you hear the exact words. So I'm referring to this box. The box that has disappeared. Come back, box, where are you? Here's the box. Da, 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 da. Okay. So listen to part 2 of the story, The Holiday, and tick the box, like this box or this box or this box, when you hear the exact words. So if you hear in the story, blah, 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 book the hotels, then you mark that box in your head, right? If you hear them say, bar, 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 find the hotels, it doesn't count, right? You hear the exact words in the box. When you have 3 boxes in a row, like that, or like that, or even you could have 3 diagonal, you could have this one, you can have this one maybe, and that one. Once you've got 3 in a row in any way, then just type bingo in the chat and type the phrases. Book the hotels, throw caution to the wind, a bad time. Yeah, that's it, basically. So we're going to listen to the story. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat to let me know that you're ready to listen. Wow, I've lots of questions there. Never mind. Copy the link. Oh yeah. Well, we'll listen. if you want, I won't do the link because that'll distract. I'll play it here in the live lesson. We can listen to it directly here. Okay, everybody, let's go. Here comes the holiday part 2.
Having chosen their destination, Emma and John now had to book the flights, decide where to stay, what to visit, and make a budget. Booking the flights was a piece of cake because there was a budget airline that went from London to Vienna, so they used that one. Organising accommodation was not so straightforward. They could opt for a hotel or an apartment. Emma preferred the idea of a hotel in the middle of town, where everything was taken care of, but John was up for renting an apartment on Airbnb because of the independence it gave them. They mulled it over, and Emma tried talking John into the idea of booking a hotel, a nice hotel, so they didn't have to worry about self-catering or cleaning. John was hesitant, but in the end, he agreed to throw caution to the wind and splash out on a 4-star hotel slap bang in the city centre. Finally, when it came to budgets, they both agreed. They weren't used to budgeting for holidays. They both felt this was a one-off, so they would spend as much as they wanted to have a good time.
Right. Okie dokie. So, any bingos? No bingos yet. I can't see any yet. A lot of people said make a budget. Some have said book the hotels. Jane says 258. Lin Chu's got a bingo. Ifek Heka, but you need to tell me the words. We've got a few bingos, okay. Daniela says second vertical. So Helia, oh, you can't see, sorry. Let me remove that. Okay. Ooh, okay, some of you are close. Some of you are correct. Yeah, okay. Listen, what we'll do, I'll play it through again, and as we listen, I will mark the words, and I'll also do that when it's not correct. Okay, let's listen carefully. Let's do it one more time.
Having chosen their destination, Emma and John now had to book the flights, decide where to stay, what to visit, and make a budget. Booking the flights was a piece of cake because there was a budget airline that went from London to Vienna, so they used that one. Organising accommodation was not so straightforward. They could opt for a hotel or an apartment. Emma preferred the idea of a hotel in the middle of town, where everything was taken care of, but John was up for renting an apartment on Airbnb because of the independence it gave them. They mulled it over, and Emma tried talking John into the idea of booking a hotel, a nice hotel, so they didn't have to worry about self-catering or cleaning. John was hesitant, but in the end, he agreed to throw caution to the wind and splash out on a 4-star hotel slap bang in the city centre. Finally, when it came to budgets, they both agreed. They weren't used to budgeting for holidays. They both felt this was a one-off, so they would spend as much as they wanted to have a good time.
Right, you've got it. So there you are. It was indeed 258, the second line all the way down. That was the one, to make a budget, throw caution to the wind, and a one-off. Okay. B&B, Airbnb is a company. B&B is bed and breakfast, right? And Airbnb is a company For apartments, it lets you rent out your apartment or your house. Exactly. Lovely. Nice. Very, very good. What I'm going to do is, in fact, I'm going to play it one more time. But as we play it, we can read it. Bear with me. We can read it and listen at the same time, and you'll just see all of everything will become clear. Last time. Here we go.
Having chosen their destination, Emma and John now had to book the flights, decide where to stay, what to visit, and make a budget. Booking the flights was a piece of cake because there was a budget airline that went from London to Vienna, so they used that one. Organising accommodation was not so straightforward. They could opt for a hotel or an apartment. Emma preferred the idea of a hotel in the middle of town, where everything was taken care of, but John was up for renting an apartment on Airbnb because of the independence it gave them. They mulled it over, and Emma tried talking John into the idea of booking a hotel, a nice hotel, so they didn't have to worry about self-catering or cleaning. John was hesitant, but in the end, he agreed to throw caution to the wind and splash out on a 4-star hotel slap bang in the city centre. Finally, when it came to budgets, they both agreed. They weren't used to budgeting for holidays. They both felt this was a one-off, so they would spend as much as they wanted to have a good time.
Right, that's it. Okay, good. Now, I hope that helps your listening, to develop your listening skills. You're listening plenty of times. You're picking out different words and different sounds. There may be other words you don't understand, but when you're listening, don't worry too much. The idea of listening practice is usually to understand most of what's happening. Get used to the idea that you don't understand every word. That's fine. You don't want to be looking up every single word, because then it's a vocabulary exercise, not a listening exercise. The PDF of this you can get at the end of the class. Actually, not at the end of the class, maybe in a few hours this evening. And you can go back and check some of the words. There may be words you don't know. I will highlight some of them, but you can also study that on your own. But for today, because that's just listening, we're going to move on to our next activity. Okay. So what's next after listening bingo? We've got, oh no, dad jokes. Okay, here we go with a quick dad joke. A dad joke is a very bad joke because typically dads, like me, tell very bad jokes. Here we go, joke number 1. What happens when you wear a watch on a plane? What happens when you wear a watch on a plane? Have a think. Hey, fake hacker, I'm hungry. Yeah, me too. Me too. Practice, practice, practice. Slap bang in the center means right in the center for Brian. Oh, no. Oh, good answer. That's a good answer. Jet lag? Nothing happened. Oh, we have some clever people here today. We have some very clever people. Lin Chu, Romelia. Oh, I like it. Nice. Interesting. You have to take it off? Well, not necessarily. Nene, you lose track of time as well. Very interesting. I like it. Some great answers there. Very, very interesting. The answer to this joke, if you like, is time flies. Of course, time flies, right? When you wear a watch on a plane, time flies. Ha, ha, ha. I told you it was a dad joke, right? It's absolutely... Is that a joke? It's a dad joke. There we go. Right, next. Oh, this is a nice joke. Let's do this one. I know. Yeah, let's do this one because I think it's quite a funny joke. Well, I do. You may not agree, but it's an interesting English joke, okay? What do you call a traveller that doesn't lose his temper or its temper? Yes. His or her temper. What do you call a traveller that doesn't lose his or her temper? So to lose your temper is to get angry. An interesting one, this. Thank you, Kristin. Glad you liked it. Hope you're enjoying Edinburgh by the day. Hey, Dad. That is a dad joke. Yes, it is. Calm, good answer. Patient, good answer. That would be a good answer for somebody working in a hospital who doesn't get angry, right? An exception, true. He's so cool. Emigrant, interesting answer. Temper equals patient. Your temper, when you lose your temper, means you get angry. It's the opposite, right? Come down. Easy going. Okay, let me give you the answer. This is a bit of a difficult one. As cool as a cucumber. Not bad, not bad. Okay, the answer to this, right, is a nomad. Do you remember we talked about a nomad being a person who travels, but no mad, no anger, right? Mad means to be angry. So no mad is not angry. So if you're no mad, you are a nomad. Haha, get it? Ah, dear, dear, dear. Oh. A nomad, yes. That's it. Ha, 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 ha. Travel Club. Well, listen, I'm pleased that Travel Abroad is laughing because at least they're in the same field, right? There we have it. Lovely. Thank you so much for a dad joke. Dear, oh dear. Let's move on quickly. We're going to move on to a model answer. So here, we're going to do an activity, different activity. Let me just line this up. So I'm going to kind of bring us back to IELTS speaking. Model answer. So in IELTS speaking, you may be asked to talk about a holiday. In part 2 of IELTS speaking part 2, you may be asked to describe a holiday, right? You're going to watch John talk about his recent holiday. So the story, the holiday, John and Emma have been talking about organizing this special holiday. They're going to throw caution to the wind. They're going to book a nice holiday and they're going to travel. They're traveling to Vienna, if you remember. Now, let's listen to John talk about his recent holiday. Like he's an IELTS candidate. It's like he's answering the part 2 question. Describe a recent holiday you had. As you watch this, I want you to answer the question, this question, right? In your opinion, which of the things that went wrong for John and Emma was the worst? So John's holiday, there were a few problems. And in your opinion, which of the things that went wrong for John and Emma was the worst? Let's say the worst. There's more than two things. Great. Mohan Mutapa, thank you for your message. Lovely. Okay, so just give me a quick thumbs up when you're ready to listen to this one. I'll just give you a moment and I'll just set everything up. Okay, I think we're there. So let's listen. It's the holiday part 3. Watch John talk about his recent holiday. And what do you think was the worst thing about it? Here we go.
Let me tell you about a holiday nightmare my wife and I had. Recently, we had decided to take a city break to Vienna. So, there we were, excited about our holiday. We'd booked a budget airline to save a few pounds. Little did we know, that was a mistake. Our flight was delayed, and not just a little late, but hours late. We were stuck in the terminal, surrounded by other frustrated holidaymakers. It was noisy and uncomfortable. Nowhere to sit, and no updates about the flight. Finally, 12 hours later, we took off, tired and fed up. But the adventures had only just begun. We arrived at our destination, only to find that our accommodation was a nightmare. We'd splashed out on a supposedly top-notch hotel, expecting a bit of luxury. It turns out, our room overlooked a disco on a busy street. That first night we couldn't sleep a wink, and although we complained in the morning, the hotel was fully booked, so we couldn't change rooms. And then came Sunday. We discovered that our hotel was right next to a church. The bells started ringing in the early morning and didn't seem to stop. We couldn't sleep in, and even when we tried to put our feet up after lunch, it was impossible. The city itself was lovely, though. It was a great place for an excursion or a quick city break. We enjoyed exploring, but the lack of sleep and constant noise was really too much. If we had known, we would have definitely chosen a place off the beaten track. We were hoping to live it up, but in the end, we were just fed up. Better luck next time, I guess.
Poor John and Emma. So that was John telling us about a recent holiday he took, like an IELTS Part 2 question, right? Now then, what was the worst thing? What do you think was the worst thing about the holiday? Daniela is right. You say, yes, the holiday was a nightmare. Accommodation was a nightmare. So you think the accommodation was the worst thing? Natalia, they got stuck at the airport. They were living in a busy street. Now, this is interesting that you say they were living in a busy street. If you remember, and thank you for this, Natalia, but let me help you, because living in English is the place where you always live, your house or your flat. If you're on holiday, you're not living, but you're staying in a hotel, right? There's a small difference. So they're staying in a busy street. That would be good, yes. We've got flight delay. Maybe that was the worst thing in your opinion. Yep, flight delays for 12 hours. That's pretty tough, right? I think so. I wonder for you, having a hotel nearby a disco. For me too. I think that is the worst thing. Poor John, his holiday was a nightmare. Yes, the worst is the nightmare. everything about it, right? Lack of sleep, maybe that's the worst, Albert. Yeah, good. Yuja says, is he a nomad? He's keeping calm even though he's run into so many troubles. He's definitely calm when he's telling the story, but I don't know if at the time he was calm, maybe. Caroline thinks the lack of sleep. Yep. For Joy, it was the delayed flight. For Miva, the constant noise. For Farjana, lovely to see you. Rafi, I call you Rafi. The flight was late. For Hipa, Sami, the delay of the plane because they became fed up and tired. Tired? Tired. Yes, they became tired, right? Delay of the plane as well. Nice, great. Choice of hotel for Yvette. Yeah, that was the worst thing. Possibly, very, very possibly. Lots of interesting ideas. Very, very nice. What I want you to do next, number 2, is just watch again and note any useful collocations. There are lots of interesting collocations in this story. So we'll build up vocabulary a little bit. Let's watch again and just make a note in the chat of useful collocations. Ready? Let's watch again. Here we go. I'm going to add subtitles just to help a little bit.
Let me tell you about a holiday nightmare my wife and I had. Recently, we had decided to take a city break to Vienna. So, there we were, excited about our holiday. We'd booked a budget airline to save a few pounds. Little did we know, that was a mistake. Our flight was delayed, and not just a little late, but hours late. We were stuck in the terminal, surrounded by other frustrated holidaymakers. It was noisy and uncomfortable. Nowhere to sit, and no updates about the flight. Finally, 12 hours later, we took off, tired and fed up. But the adventures had only just begun. We arrived at our destination, only to find that our accommodation was a nightmare. We'd splashed out on a supposedly top-notch hotel, expecting a bit of luxury. It turns out, our room overlooked a disco on a busy street. That first night we couldn't sleep a wink, and although we complained in the morning, the hotel was fully booked, so we couldn't change rooms. And then came Sunday. We discovered that our hotel was right next to a church. The bells started ringing in the early morning and didn't seem to stop. We couldn't sleep in, and even when we tried to put our feet up after lunch, it was impossible. The city itself was lovely, though. It was a great place for an excursion or a quick city break. We enjoyed exploring, but the lack of sleep and constant noise was really too much. If we had known, we would have definitely chosen a place off the beaten track. We were hoping to live it up, but in the end, we were just fed up. Better luck next time, I guess.
Better luck next time, John. Certainly, I'm sure things will get better next time. So, interesting. Let's have a look. Some of the things you've got. Collocations. Some nice ones here. City break. Yep. Budget airline. Lovely. To took off. Be fed up. Nice. Yep. Splash out. Yep. Spend a lot of money. Nice. It turns out. Yeah. In the end. Blah, 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 blah. Top-notch hotel. Lovely. Very, very nice. Meaning a very good, high quality. I'm just going to help you, Beatriz, with the spelling. Top-notch as one word with a hyphen. Great. Nice. Joker-chan. Sleep a wink. Yeah, couldn't sleep a wink. Couldn't sleep at all. Alexander, nice. You've got it. Yeah, so couldn't sleep a wink means I couldn't sleep anything at all. Fully booked. Very nice. Lack of sleep is a nice one as well. Good. Daniela's got delay off the plane. Be careful with off. You're almost there. The delay of the plane. Frustrated holidaymakers. Top-notch hotel. Sip in. Sip in, I'm not sure. Constant noise is a good one. Excellent. Yeah, nice. So lots of them there. Really, really good. Let's have a look through. I'm just going to go through briefly through the script here. And I'll just highlight what I think are useful collocations. Holiday nightmare is, I mean, it sounds like Gordon Ramsay. Kitchen nightmare, holiday nightmare. A city break, we've talked about. Booked a budget airline, we've talked about. A cheap airline. Cost effective, remember? Little did we know that was a mistake. Yeah, that's not a collocation. That's more of a grammatical, it's an inversion. Little did we know. We didn't realize it was a mistake. Our flight was delayed but hours. We were stuck in the terminal. So to be stuck in somewhere, you can't move. Frustrated holidaymakers is a good one. Yep. Noisy and uncomfortable, nowhere to sit, no updates about the flight. We took off, so that's the plane. Fed up just means, I think bored and angry, really, I would say. Fed up is to be fed up with something. We arrived at our destination, we've talked about. Accommodation was a nightmare. To splash out, as I mentioned, is to spend a lot of money. So to splash out on something. So notice you've got two prepositions, out and on, together, because you spend money on something. A top-notch hotel, right? Luxury, top class, the best hotel. It turns out, which means basically in the end, but we normally use it turns out with a surprise. In the end, something surprising happens, usually. The room overlooked, to look over, a disco. We couldn't sleep a wink. It means couldn't sleep at all. It's a nice idiomatic expression, couldn't sleep at all. A wink is this. So to wink, when you wink, if you can't wink, if you can't sleep even a wink, you don't sleep at all. You can't close your eyes. That's what it means, right? You can't close your eyes. We complained the hotel was fully booked. Fully booked would be a good collocation for a hotel. Change rooms is actually another good collocation. We want to change room. Our hotel was next to a church. The bell started ringing. We couldn't sleep in. To sleep in is a good one. To stay in bed longer, deliberately. So to sleep in is people typically on a Saturday or a Sunday will sleep in, right? They stay in bed for a longer time deliberately. To put our feet up, put your feet up, right? To relax. To relax. Was impossible. They couldn't relax, couldn't put their feet up. The city was lovely. Great place for an excursion we've talked about. Quick city break we've talked about. Lack of sleep, yeah, it was a good one. The lack of sleep, constant noise, I think, is a nice one. Was really too much. Whoops. If we had known, we would have definitely chosen a place off the beaten track, right? We talked about. We were hoping to live it up, but in the end, we were just fed up. There's an interesting play on words. We want to live it up, but we were fed up. Better look next time. Right, excellent, good. That's it. Yeah, Daniela, I realised you said sip. It was sleep. I realised that was what you were trying to say. In the end and at the end. Basically, it's a difference of time and place. So normally when you're talking about time in a story, you say in the end, something happened. There was this, this, and this, and in the end, this happened. It's time in a story. At the end is normally a physical place. At the end of the street, at the end of the book, at the end of the story. That's not a physical place. At the end of the story, at the end of the street, but it kind of marks, it focuses on the place, even in a story, at the end of the story, at the end of the film. In the end is more focusing on the action and the time. So in the end, everybody was happy. It's not an easy one to explain that, and I'm not sure if I've done a good job. I will try and come back to it. Great. Okay. Lovely. So where are we? What's next? What's next indeed? We have still got just a little bit of time, just enough time to move on and do our final activity, which is a Kahoot. Which is a Kahoot. We're going to be looking at the, 4 questions, reviewing vocabulary from the lesson. I'm going to set it up as we are here. You can play this very easily with me. It is a game. I'm going to give you a link and then you can put your answer in the link. You can join in a different tab. There's also an app, a Kahoot app you can download to put your answer, and I'll put the questions up here. Most of you know what to do. Let's get in there. Let's do it. Kahoot. You don't want to watch me signing in. But let me find the library. Let me find the Kahoot for holidays. Host live. Yes. You can come in, see what's happening. Let's start. Okay. So you're going to get a pin. You need to go to kahoot.it, or you can download the app, and the pin is 90232. Interesting music today. Najes, thank you so much. That is so kind. I appreciate that. Sana Khan, how are you? Nice to see you here, Sana. Just get your coffee. Okay. Hello, Vicky from China, from Xi'an. Nice to see you here. Jane, well spotted. New melody. Happy to see you. I'm a teacher myself. Oh, that's very kind. Great. Thank you so much. Brian, Taiwan. I forgot it was Taiwan. Okay, I think we've just about got everybody in. Haha, what's the winner's prize? I don't know. Good luck for everybody. Okay, Fabulous Rabbit is in. Let's get started. Don't worry. Don't worry if you don't get in. You can put your answer in the chat as well, and I'll see that. Let's go. Let's begin. Let's start. Question number 1. Holidays. Which is the odd one out? An excursion, a getaway, an itinerary, or a vacation? Which is the odd one out? Meaning, which one is different? An excursion, a getaway, an itinerary, or a vacation? You have 30 seconds. And we've got, a lot of people said excursion. That's interesting. The answer is itinerary. So the itinerary is the plan or the schedule of activities day after day. It's the plan of what you're going to do. The others, an excursion, a getaway, a vacation, are all words meaning a holiday or a break. Okay, let's see where we are. We have the nomad, perfect, in first place, henna second, and relax number 3. Let's move on. Question number 2. Let's throw caution to the blank and travel business class. Moon, road, sun, or wind? So what's the expression? Let's throw caution to the blank and travel business class. Is it the moon, road, sun, or wind? Hello, Eve. You're new here. Great to see you here. Well done, Huda. Great to see you here. It's throw caution to the wind. Lots of you got that. To throw caution to the wind is just to take a risk and not think about the consequences. To not be careful. Throw caution to the wind. Let's see if that's affected the leaderboard. Well, Nomad is still in first place. Relax has moved up to second. And Zungsdibi is in third place. Here we go. Question number 3. We splashed blank on an expensive hotel. Out, away, off, or up. We splashed blank on an expensive hotel. Is it splash out, splash away, splash off, or splash up? And to help you out, no, I won't help you out. Yeah, to splash out. Oh, most of you got that. So to splash out, well done. To splash out is to spend a lot of money. To splash out on something, spend a lot of money on something. Like a hotel or a nice hotel, a nice meal you can splash out on. Where are we then? No, nothing's changed. It's the same 5 at the top there. So it all depends on the last question. Spain is a popular blank for British holidaymakers. Sightseer, destination, accommodation, or itinerary. Spain is a popular blank for British holidaymakers. Is it sightseer, destination, accommodation, or itinerary? Wow, well done. The vast majority, a popular destination. The destination is the place you're traveling to. It's a popular tourist destination for British people. Very, very true. Let's find out what the score is. Third place, holidaymaker. Well done. Second place, relax, which means first place. It's the cool, relax, never getting angry, no mad. Well done. Excellent. Well done, Nomad. You did a great job. Very, very, very nice. Lovely to see. Congratulations. And well done to all of you for participating and doing so well in that. So we're kind of coming to the end today, right? We've been looking at the topic of holidays. We have looked at vocabulary, 6 or 7 keywords like itinerary, accommodation, budget, to help you talk more confidently about holidays. We've looked at some interesting idioms like to live it up. And we've also done a listening bingo where we've been practicing our listening exercise, our listening skills through the story, the holiday story of John and Emma that was a bit of a holiday nightmare. Dad jokes, maybe funny, maybe not. We had the model answer, John, describing a recent holiday, which was a holiday that went very badly for him and Emma. And we've just finished up on Kahoot. And that brings us really to the end. Just to let you know that you can get the PDF. So this PDF, right, what I'm going to do is, as always, I edit it and then I'll upload it to the website. So later tonight, possibly tomorrow, you can get that from the website. All you need to do is to go to, it's the keithspeakingacademy.com. The keithspeakingacademy.com. No, .com. And you can see here, you can get, if you go to the free live lesson page at the top here, later, this will change. This was last month, and you'll be able to download the PDF. All I do is ask you for an email, and then I can send you more information and resources to help you. But you can get lots of other free lessons. They're all down here. Just click on the links for loads of topics. They're all there. If you want to take your learning even higher, check out my different online courses. The Gold course is the most popular, but there are courses for idioms, for grammar. There's also the Vocabulary Vault. It's also called the Library, and this is an interesting course that can. It's a library rather than a course, and it's full of pronunciation files. So some students find the live lesson on YouTube quite long. The pronunciation file is a 15-minute recording of the key vocabulary, idioms, examples, phrases. So you can really review the vocabulary and the language from the lesson, get the pronunciation right in a quick 15-minute bite. It's really, really nice. It's really easy to do. So you can get that in here. There's an ebook. There are some visualizations, which is a kind of meditating and listening activity. It's not really meditating, but it's learning English in a very relaxing way. I am going to be updating the library in a few weeks, so it will get better. But if you want to check it out, you can. And once you're in, then you're in forever. So that's the library. So you can check that out with the different courses that I've got there in the Keith Speaking Academy. Great. That's it. What's next? Well, that's it. I'm going to say goodbye to all of you. Our next live lesson, by the way, so a slight change. Let me put this up here. Next live lesson. Next live lesson is going to be a week later. It's going to be the 8th of August. On YouTube is 8th of August. Okay, just to let you know, it's going to be the second Thursday in August, actually, due to my own personal arrangements. That will be the next live lesson. Of course, if you want more live lessons, come and join the Gold course, because the Gold course has a live lesson next week, and the week after we have more live lessons where you can learn English on all these different topics. Okay, excellent. That's it. I'm going to leave you with a song, and it's a song from the Gold course based on the book Watchful Eyes Part 2, which is a mini novel from the course, the Gold course. I'll play this with you and see any more questions. Whereabouts the PDF will be. The PDF will be in the Keith Speaking Academy. It's in the live lesson section, right? Just go up here, the free live lessons. It will be there. Download the PDF. Okay, excellent, great. Layla says, all your courses are so useful. You can convey contents to students. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind. Dalish, thank you very much for your comments as well. And Natalia, it's my pleasure. Yes. Chloe, take the IELTS on August the 3rd. Best of luck. I hope it goes well. I'm sure it will. Good luck to you. And take care, all of you. Let me leave you with Watchful Eyes.
Tom came home, an envelope in sight. Emily asked, will you open it tonight? Plans were made, a farewell soon. Emily planning beneath the moon. Oh, I got the
And
job
you too, Fuda. Thank
from
you.
Manchester to DC.
Thanks, Bella from Venezuela.
Their love and dreams finally could flee. Watchful eyes. Watchful eyes. When
Ciao,
Emily
Jane.
arrived, the sun shone bright. They dined in colors, a vibrant
Not at the moment,
sight.
Brian.
Yet Tom seemed tired, something amiss. A friendly face, maybe a hidden kiss.
Oh, thanks, Isioma.
I
Thank you.
got the job from Manchester to DC. Their love and dreams finally could flee.
Yes, it's the end.
Watchful eyes, watchful eyes, changes in routine. Emily's heart sensed something unseen. New York flight secrets untold.
Great to see you learning,
Their
Alexander.
bond once warm, now felt cold. Emily packed, leaving Tom alone.
Good luck, Kristin.
In this new city, far from home. A door closes and tearful goodbyes. Their future now under watchful eyes. Watchful eyes. Watchful eyes. Watchful eyes.
Thanks, Elena.
Watchful eyes.
Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.